Hello, everybody. I'm Katelyn of Katelyn Coaches, and I am here to tell you how we are going to make your brain a nicer place to live. So, some people ask me what the difference is between like counseling and thought coaching. And so, counseling is, let's say that your brain is like a house, right? And a counselor is going to be like a contractor who comes in and is like, you have termites. We need to rip out these walls and rebuild, right? Like there is a diagnosable problem. There's water damage. There's your foundation is cracking, right? And we're going to do some work and get all that torn out, rebuilt, reset, right? Thought coaching is a little bit more like decluttering and redecorating. Okay. So, some of the things that I can help you declutter from your brain that I have been so thankful to have less of in my brain is pity parties, getting really committed to my version of the story when it's not really true and it's also not really helping me to be really attached to it, right? Like I'm just like so bad at that. Like, do we want to keep that forever and just keep hanging on to it? Also ruminating and just dwelling on things that again are just like not a happy place to be. Catastrophizing, which is I am an expert at catastrophizing, you guys. I am so good at it. You can take this tiny little thing and I will be planning for how we are going to survive the apocalypse within seconds. Okay. So that's another great one to declutter on out of there. Getting really stuck in black and white thinking without thinking about what else could be true besides these two. You feel stuck with these two options and there's nothing else you can do, and you don't like either of the options, right? And so once you declutter those things, then you can start redecorating with like what you want to do in certain situations, or the feelings that you want to feel and experience, or the way that you want to show up and in your relationships, right? So I have some examples of how I zoom in to just the individual moments of our lives where we are like ruminating and catastrophizing and throwing a pity party and just so for example, and I'll talk about this more in 1 second, but I like to coach, and I'll coach anybody, but if you are a giver, grower, never say noer, I feel you. I'm right there with you. So this would be an example of a never say no situation. Okay. So let's say somebody says the words to you, can you babysit? Okay. That's just a fact. That's what happened. And your thought about it is that would make it a really busy day. Right. And I would probably keep digging there until like through the layers of like, I don't want to leave them hanging. That would make it a really busy day. I should probably say no, but what are they going to do? They're going to be stuck. To like, I should fix this for them. And just that feeling of pressure, right? So from that feeling of pressure, you try to figure out all the ways you can possibly make this work. You think about how you can rearrange your day. You catastrophize like for them, how poorly this is going to work out for them if you don't follow through and babysit, right? You take responsibility for their problem. And like, is it a problem? That's another one of my favorite questions to ask in coaching. Why is this a problem? Let's just explain it to me, right? And the result that you create then is I don't take responsibility for my life, because the beginning thought was, that will make it a really busy day. So are you showing up for your life, or are you just taking responsibility for the other person's life? And we can talk through, do you want to keep taking responsibility for them? You never have to do anything that I say. I just like point out what your brain is doing, and then you get to decide what you want to keep and what you feel like you can't let go of. And sometimes I have little bits of homework for how to let go of it a little bit more. So here's another example for like growers that you're trying to grow something. Like maybe you have a side hustle. Maybe you just want your children to have a new habit. Maybe you have a classroom that you're trying to structure for the year, right? And your thought about it is, I don't know what to do next. So you feel confusion. So that's not a fun place to be. So you endlessly scroll options, whether that's like people's Pinterest boards or Instagram reels about teaching or parenting, whatever it may be. You Google things ad nauseum, right? And just spin and spin and spin and worry about what happens if I don't figure this out. So then your result you're creating with all of that is I block myself from seeing the options I have, right? I block myself from seeing what to do next. And then one more example, because I love this one. Let's say somebody says to you, you need to control your children, right? And you think, what a horrible thing to say. And you feel just outraged, obviously, as we would, right? And these are all like normal things people do and think, right? This is we are acting these ways because we're human. So you vent to somebody of like, can you even believe she said that? You complain about how she should not talk like that. You justify yourself of why children shouldn't be controlled and what they were doing was perfectly fine. And in the end, the result that you create is I say a whole bunch of horrible things. So those are just some examples. If you want more examples, then I have so many options. So let me explain a little bit more about givers, growers, never say knowers. Okay. So if you, like, everybody think right now, what is something that you give to regularly, right? Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your team at your job. Maybe it's students at your job. Maybe it's like a ministry, whether it's like a formal organized nonprofit or your family, or talking to your neighbors or whatever it might be, right? Maybe it's your maybe you're a nurse and you're giving of yourself every day that way, right? So and then the growing side of it is maybe it's you are invested in growing yourself. You want to be involved in personal development. You want to be just continually becoming a better version of yourself, or you're trying to grow your team, grow your students, grow your children, grow your ministry, grow a side hustle so you can support all of these things, right? And then the never say no spectrum. Okay, I have traveled a lot of places on the spectrum. Okay, so there's the side where you always say yes to everything, even though it's physically impossible to actually follow through on all of that. I was the queen of double booking myself in college, guys. It was so bad. Then I mean, for me personally, after that came always saying no to everything, and never being giving anymore because it was all too much, right? You might be the person who like feels like you should probably say no, but you're not sure, so you just never text them back or respond in any way. Pile up things you have to avoid in your whole life. Also been there, done that. You might be, the person who says yes all the time, but then flakes out. You might say no to most people, but then there's that one person, maybe it's your 3-year-old, who you're just have a hard time putting your foot down, right? Maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your grandma, I don't know. And so I can coach you on all of those things. I can coach you on your goals for how you want to grow. I can coach you on slowing down those moments of like, but I don't want to say no. I don't want to inconvenience them, because you have a giving and caring spirit, right? And so we can talk about how to continue to be a kind and caring person while also having your own boundaries and taking care of your own life, right? because I mean, for me personally, I had like the reputation of like, oh my gosh, she's just the sweetest, she's so nice. And it didn't always feel very nice to be me, right? And I came such a long way in counseling. 10 out of 10 recommend counseling. It's great. Okay. And then when I found thought coaching, that was when it was like counseling had like built a stable house with good walls, no termite damage, no water damage, right? And now I can start like decluttering the pity parties and the shame and all of that junk and putting in what I actually want to build my life on, the ways that I want to feel and act and think. So, okay, if any of that sounds helpful, I have many options for you, but I made it really simple. Okay, ready? So there's free options, which would be just YouTube videos. I have a couple example coaching videos. And where does this fit into your life? Just anytime you listen to stuff, right? So I listen to coaching while I'm washing the dishes, while I'm getting ready in the morning, while I'm driving, while the kids are playing happily and are fine. And, you know, I just have that on in the background. I do that a lot when we're playing outside, right? They're just busy and they can't really hear it anyway. So YouTube is one way. I also have a freebie group where I put like announcements and freebie like downloads and stuff, but I also did a whole month of like 4 to 6 calls that are in there. And it's super easy to find that. Go to my website, Katelyn Coaches, and then services, and then the freebie group. And then right under that, you're going to find the mini subscription. So that is just an upgraded version of the freebie group. And it is only $29 a month for 4 coaching calls with also some teaching videos about like boundaries or the manuals that we have for each other of how we're all supposed to act, or how to stop catastrophizing, how to stop ruminating, things like that. And then if you want to get like really specific, I have 6-week sessions, and I used to just put those up for $199. Okay. But then I was like, what if people kind of want to just try part of it before they commit to $199? So I split it up where, so for November and December, I'm doing Katelyn Coaches Confident Eaters, because we all have, I'm sure you either are someone or know someone who has a lot of mind drama about food at the holidays, right? And so for those who are stressing about food at the holidays, this is for you. So I broke it up into the teaching videos. We're going to talk about your body, your brain, your relationship with food, your relationship with yourself, and managing urges and cravings. Okay. So that's only $19 now. And then there's a private coaching session, which we can either focus on weight loss goals or emotional eating. And then there's 6 weeks of group coaching. And so both of those coaching options are $89. And if you get the 6 weeks of group coaching, you also get 2 months of the mini subscription for free. So just saying. And then those are the options. See, easy peasy. The thing that I wanted to tell you about, like special announcement, is on November 15th, I'm going to do a 50% off sale for about 75 people. Okay. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to have 5 categories of people who are going to text me, confirm they're in that category. And for example, like a teacher, tell me what school you go to. Okay. And then I will text you a discount code. And at the moment, I'm thinking I'm going to make 15 of those available. And those people just have to go to my website sometime on the 15th and buy something for 50% off. Whatever you want. I don't care. You can't do the mini subscription. That's the only thing. But you can do anything else. Okay. So basically any of the parts of the Confident Eaters coaching package, right? So also on the 15th, everybody else, if you're not in one of those 5 categories, still gets 15% off because it's the 15th. Why not? It's fun. So it's 50% off for people with a special discount code. You have to text me and like apply for it, and I'll text it back to you. Super easy. And then it's 15% off for everybody else. And you can still text me discounts at 330-449-4275. And even if you're not in one of the categories, then you will still get reminders of like, it's 15% off day. So if any of this is like, what's happening? Or tell me more about this, or like, could you help me with this? Just text me. Like I said, it's 330-449-4275, or follow me on Facebook. It's Katelyn Coaches LLC. Follow me on Instagram. It's at Katelyn Coaches. And I will get you all the information you could possibly want. Okay. So let's see if I can remember off the top of my head what the 5 categories were going to be. It was going to be teachers, moms, people in Akron, like that you're either live in Akron or you are working at an organization that makes Akron better. Okay. Let's see. Foster adoptive parents. So there's moms and there's foster adoptive, or bio parents. Anybody in the adoption foster care triad. Okay. And I don't remember the 5th category, guys. This is why you like practice your thing all the way through before you do it, so you find the gaps. But I'll post it everywhere. Don't worry. So thank you so much for watching. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know. I would be more than happy to explain. And follow, like I said, follow Katelyn Coaches on Instagram, because I have a whole bunch of funny reels in mind about people never say noers spectrum. It's going to be fun. Thanks again. Bye.